What is up, everybody? Welcome into the Fantasy Tap. It is time for playoffs. John, how you doing?
I am doing great. My team, the one I'm rooting for. I'm rooting for all you guys. The one I'm rooting for got that first round bye.
Yeah, you're biased as hell, bro.
Not bias. There's no bias. Doesn't matter if I'm biased or not. At this point, it
Yes,
doesn't
it
matter.
does.
I can't affect anything. I'm not changing anyone's rosters. I'm not going in there changing the scoring system.
I
I
don't
like.
know. You might have been.
I have a favorite based off of a team composition and based off of the response that he gives because he seems to enjoy the favoritism. And until
Yeah,
someone else
okay.
wants to come in and tell me they don't like it,
I don't like it.
oh, well, you know what? It sucks.
Yeah, it does. Oh, well. All right. Well, anyways, we have got our playoff show. We're going to go over who made it, who didn't make it, first round, matchups and things like that. Chris says he's glad. Let's see. Glad you moved the Dolphins flag from behind your head, John. He also said, "Whoop whoop, my first ever playoff appearance, and exciting."
That is,
Yeah,
we've all
first
been
week
there.
for him.
It's yeah. So great for him and Astral. Redbirds 2K20, 2K21. Both you guys playing your first fantasy seasons, as far as I know. So
Yeah,
congrats for both of y'all making it in there.
clap it up. Woo.
And yes, the Dolphins flag was moved because I felt like it was being covered by my big ass head.
You need to move the terrible towel somewhere else.
See, the problem is when me and you did this, we nailed it to the wall, and that
I
involves me
said don't
going.
nail it. That's all I'm saying. You had to go get like carpenter nails and dip
I had
that
I
thing
had
like.
I had them, and I have a hammer, so why not?
Yeah, there we go.
This is why not.
All right. You want to jump into it?
Yeah, we can.
All right, let's do it.
Can we save the first game for last though because it was the most impactful?
Actually, let's do this real quick. We have a question because we are answering any fantasy football questions, of course. If you want to ask, feel free. Start sits, whatever you want. Let us know. But we have a start sit question. It's kind of lengthy, but it says standard league, 6 point per touchdown. Need to start 3 wide receivers and a flex. AJ Green, D Johnson. I'm thinking that's Deontay Johnson.
It's got to be if they're all receivers.
Russell Gage, Michael Gallup, KJ Osborne, Terry McLaurin. He says he's leaning Gage, Green, Johnson, and Osborne. Need help. What do you think?
I'm actually changing my mind. I don't think that is a Deontay. I think that might be a David Johnson. But
Really?
I think it might be. Why would you put Johnson third in that list?
You never know. Maybe he was going off. Well,
right,
that doesn't work. I don't know.
All right, let's assume Deontay. All right, so if we're going Deontay, I'm staying. If it's Deontay for D Johnson, there, I'm going Deontay Johnson. I'm gonna throw in my some Terry McLaurin in there, and I think I'm sticking with Russell Gage.
Yeah. So I'm not benching Terry McLaurin. There's no way. I understand. He's banged up, but it's only a concussion. So as long as he gets through the concussion protocol, he'll be okay. It's not like it's a hamstring or anything like that. And yes, I know Taylor Heineke is also banged up. So far, he says he's feeling good. So I'm not taking Terry McLaurin out, especially for playoffs. I know he's struggled as of late, but he can give you a massive week. Going up against Philadelphia, so it should be a good game. And then I'm going. Let's see. AJ Green is in my lineup for sure. Deontay Johnson. So that's 3, and then I'll go. If Adam Thielen doesn't play, I'm going KJ Osborne. If he does, I'll go Russell Gage.
Okay.
All right.
So looks like the only one that we differed on, because I only gave three. I said Deontay, Gage, McLaurin. And yeah, I guess I'm with you at the fact of I'm saying I'd go Osborne if Thielen doesn't play, and I'd go AJ Green if he does play.
Okay.
So the only one we're disagreeing on, as it sounds, is Russell Gage.
So beautiful. All right, let's do it. Let's jump into it. We are here for our listener league playoff matchups week 1 and review of week 14. So let's jump into it. Boom. Here we go. Bam. All right. We're here. Okay. So, obviously, Team Miles, we talked about it last episode. Miles needed a win, but unfortunately, he did not get it. Cam Newton's burner phone played spoiler. So,
very close upset. Less just over 5 points, or just under 5 points in between them.
Yeah, very close.
Kansas City's defense really really won this for him.
Yeah, I did. I mean, freaking 28 points.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Miles was all over Pittsburgh in their defense. So, unfortunately, it did not play out for him. And you know what hurts even worse is that was a Thursday game. So he knew going in, like, oh, crap.
Got 0 points from my defense.
Yeah, all he needed was 5 points, and he would have been in. He did have Hunter Renfrow, though. Played well, obviously. But really, yeah, it was just Justin Herbert, Marvin Jones, and Cole Beasley a little bit, and then the Kansas City defense that really spoiled his season. So we'll have
our
else.
Previous champion has been eliminated. So no free spot for Miles next year. Hopefully we can get you in on that drawing, though.
Yeah. A game we had that was just a fun one. Neither of these guys had playoff aspirations, but TK Brad Hinton and Aaron Rodgers fan club, pretty much a blowout. TK Brad, 142 points. I think he was the highest scorer this week.
No, he was the highest. Second highest.
Cobbs and Rodgers. Yes, so nice little ending there for him. So thank you all for joining. Then we had a matchup that if Frothy Pigskins would have won, he would have gotten a first round bye. He did not, and this was a very close game. Just over 2 points separated them. Astral, it was our two first-year competitors, fantasy football-wise, not just the league. But he played Lamar Jackson, and he still got the dub.
Both of their defenses putting up over 20 points this week. 4 interceptions for Tennessee. Obviously, the 3 fumble recoveries for Dallas. Very nice to see when you have a team that puts up 20-point defenses that you're at least playing against another team that's having a great scoring defense, because it kind of sucks to see you lose just off of a defensive loss. Yeah.
So Jimmy G was left on the bench, and that honestly would have done it for him, but I'm not sitting Kyler Murray for Jimmy G. No way.
Not anytime soon.
No. And then Brandon Cooks over D-Hop, CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill, Cooper Kupp. Obviously, you're not making that move. So, I mean, he played the right lineup, just missed it by a little bit. So he does not have a first-round bye. Cops and Rodgers, team suck it easy. Another one that had first-round bye implications. Cops and Rodgers needed the win and needed Frothy Pigskins to lose, and that happened. Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones, James Conner, Debo, Dawson Knox, Van Jefferson, and the Green Bay defense. I mean, just really a total team effort there on Cops and Rodgers' team's part.
Every single player performed. And then, obviously, that James Conner just kind of sent it over the top. What was this, 70-point differential? Wow.
Yeah, 158 to 83. So not particularly close. They did forget to take out Elijah Moore. Suck It Easy did. and
Adam
Adam
Thielen
Thielen
and Hunter Henry.
Hunter Henry. So, unfortunately, life happens sometimes. But hopefully he sets his lineup this week because he's in the playoffs. Then we have D. Segrest and Team PNW 360. Because Miles lost, D. Segrest did not need the win, but I definitely think he would have felt better. And this was the closest game on the week. 1-6 separated them.
Yeah, this actually, not only did Miles losing, not Segrist would have been in or would have been kicked out if Miles would have won his, but because Segrist lost this, gave PNW the win, while we also saw our two other 10-4 or 9-5 teams go 10-4, he actually earned that first round bye purely on this win because he is one of the lowest scoring playoff teams in our league right now.
Amazing.
He is the lowest scoring.
Wow. Yeah, 0.16, bro. That's crazy. From a bye week to no bye week. Now he doesn't have to worry. Can relax, have a Mai Tai or whatever. Not have to worry about setting his lineup this week. So, congrats to you, PNW 360. And then finally, another just for fun, the Banana Stand team KBKC. Two guys we enjoyed having this year. 104 to 129 in KBKC's favor. Nice to see him end on a high note. I don't think John will ever let him live down the Saquon Barkley pick.
Saquon's not even on his roster anymore. That's all I wanted. Oh, wait, he is. He is. And he actually had his first good game of the season. So he went out on a good note.
There we go. So, he played Josh Palmer. Look at that. He was very
he took a lot of shots.
Yeah, he took a lot of shots.
Smart ones. Thought ahead, but sometimes you overthink. But this week it worked out great. If you look at it, how he was playing all season, how his team is performing, it was slightly underwhelming. Let's be honest. But it's great to see him completely hit a turnaround about halfway through the season and start putting some wins together. It sucks that we're not doing a 16-week season with 2 weeks of playoffs because by then, he might have had a chance.
Yeah, 100%. So, let's do it. Let's look at the standings real quick. PNW 360, Cops and Rogers are 1-2. Redbirds 2K21 is 3. Frothy Pigskin sitting at 4th. Team Suck It Easy at 5th. And D. Segrest is at 6th, that final playoff spot. Him and Miles 707 tied. But obviously the points for Segrest really it pushed him over the top. Didn't blow him out by a lot, only 40, which could be a week. I mean, we just saw a team win by 70. So, following that, it was TK Brad Hinton, the Banana Stand, KBKC, Cam Newton's burner phone, and rounding it out at 4-10, Aaron Frogers Fan Club. So thank you all for joining in on this league. It was fun, but it's time to get to the playoffs.
Yes, sir. Playoffs. Yeah, thank everyone for participating in this. I do. I like it a lot.
Thank you.
Playoff implications are no more playoff implications because they're already here. But thanks everyone for participating, and let's remind everyone what we're playing, what these remaining 6 players are actually competing for, besides a weekly YouTube episode where they get to have their sleeper handles shouted out. But this is actually going to be the grand prize in Michael's beautiful hands here. Don't mind the.
You have beautiful hands.
I was just being nice. Don't mind the greasy, sweaty fingers. They will wipe up all the smudges before it's mailed out.
Look at that. Just some callus.
Look a little Saul.
Look at that. Boom. Kyler Murray autograph, full sized, beautiful. We have the authenticity.
You still sharing your screen?
Oh shoot, no. That's why. I'm like, what the heck? Why? I'm like, why is it not showing up? That is why. Here we go. Boom. There we go. It's right there. I've been showing this thing like the entire time, and I've been.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Yeah, there we go. So this is what we're playing for. Bam, right there. Full size Kyler Murray autographed with the authenticity sheet. Jeez, this is not a professional production, John.
Yeah, no, we know fantasy football, not IT.
Yeah, that is true. So if anybody wants to be a producer for free, let us know.
We cannot offer college credits. We cannot offer any sort of income, but we can offer
A good
there's
time.
a lot of stress.
Yeah,
and that.
So awesome. All right, let's jump into the playoff bracket. Here it is. PNW and Wilson, also known as Cops and Rogers, have the first round bye.
Good for them. So we only got two matchups this week. Kind of sad. This is when fantasy football might,
Tab
starts.
Groupie versus Team Suck It Easy, and D Seagrass versus Astral. Let's go into what the matchups look like. So currently, obviously we said Team Suck It Easy doesn't have their whole lineup set and whatever. But currently, Frothy Pigskins is favored to win, 128 to 104. And he doesn't have DeAndre Hopkins. Big loss for this time of the year. But replaced him with Marquise Brown, obviously Tyreek Hill, Cooper Kupp, CeeDee Lamb. I mean, those three guys alone could carry him to the playoffs or to the championship.
Absolutely. I mean, he's working with three top 24 wide receivers still, while still having DeAndre Hopkins on the bench. What do you and having the number one player in fantasy football right now? I think he's sitting pretty. It kind of does make me a little afraid for Suck It Easy here. He does have a pretty studly running back group: Joe Mixon, David Montgomery, Elijah Moore coming.
He's out for the year, I think.
Oh no! I didn't hear this news.
Yeah.
Quad injury?
Not good at all.
No, so he's going to be stuck with Darnell Mooney and possibly Myles Gaskin if he wants to throw him in there, who should be back from COVID before the game starts. Man, my man needs to hit those waivers and hit them hard.
Yes, he does. Big time. Who does he have on his bench? Sony Michel, Myles Gaskin. Oh yeah, definitely needs
Darnell Mooney.
Darnell Mooney. Hopefully Gaskin plays for him. That would be huge.
I was gonna say you got to throw Mooney in for Moore and Gaskin in at flex. Oh man, yeah, you need to hit the waivers, man. Hit them hard.
Good luck. Waivers already ran too.
You're up against a tough team. It is a tough team with Leonard Fournette and running back.
Yes. So who do you have going here?
I got Frothy Pigskins. Until we see some waiver movements and maybe some players with some real projections coming on to Suck It Easy's teams, he's just gonna have to keep sucking it easy.
Yep.
That sounded funnier in my head.
Yeah, that was yikes. Let's go over to DC Gres versus Redbirds. Currently, it is in the favor of Redbirds, is how the projections are. 128 to 120. Hopefully for Redbirds, Lamar Jackson plays. Also Austin Eckler. Also Melvin Gordon. All questionable. So that's not good. Nick Chubb.
Hopefully for Seagrass, he loses out on one or two of those.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm him, that's what I'm praying for. Because he's got a pretty solid team. Devontae Adams, Mike Evans, Gronk. I mean, Austin Eckler, of course. Lamar, obviously. So let's see. Does he have anybody on the bench? No, he doesn't. So, would you play the Tennessee defense or the Eagles defense this week?
I think I'm playing Philadelphia's defense.
Yeah, I would too.
They had a pretty good start to the beginning of the season. I am having some internet issues, it looks like, is the notification I am getting on my phone. So if I'm not coming in clear, I apologize. But the Eagles defense was playing pretty solid a few weeks ago. Going against Washington, who's been pretty turnover friendly lately. I think we're comfortable playing the Eagles. Pittsburgh's offense can move too quick, put too many points up on the board pretty soon. But Tennessee's defense has had some little spotlight moments.
Yeah. All right, looking at it now, obviously D. Seagrass has a choice to make between Dak Prescott and Jalen Hurts as long as Jalen Hurts plays. Looking at these two teams, who do you give it to?
I'm gonna give the edge to Segrist here.
Yeah,
I have
agree.
I have a feeling that Redbirds is gonna miss out on one of those three key players at the top of his roster, and then the depth on his bench.
It's not.
It's gonna come. It's not bad, but you're looking
He
at
needs
playoff
Devontae
teams.
Smith to do something.
Realistically, if he's got any shot, he needs whatever player he subs in to just have a great day, and then he needs a couple of DC Gress players to just not live up to expectation. Maybe another bad day from Nick Chubb, maybe a bad day from Jared Cook, and maybe even Amari Cooper and Dak Prescott. That can happen and turn it. But right now, I'm giving it to Segrist.
Yeah, I'm leaning. I don't agree with these projections. I'm leaning towards DC Grass. So, all right. Well, I think that's it.
There's only a couple games.
Yeah, I mean we got some consolation games, but unfortunately those aren't important. If you guys have any questions, fantasy football questions, we'll be here for a minute. Feel free to drop them in the comment section. I have a question for you, John. And
always. What's up?
I was thinking about this earlier. I was going to tweet it out. I'm probably going to still tweet it out later. But who do you think is going to be the most owned player in fantasy football championships this year?
Cooper Kupp.
You think Cooper Kupp?
Absolutely. He's been a wide receiver one, I think 13 out or 14. Sorry. 12 out of 14 games this year, I believe.
Yeah. I agree. I think
and he was drafted in the 6th, the 9th. I'm sorry, he was drafted as like a wide receiver 3. That or Leonard Fournette, one of those players that seem to be really consistent on the mid to back end of the season, like Leonard Fournette, James Conner. If you get the combination of Patterson and Conner, beautiful.
Yeah. I think it's between Cooper Kupp and Cordero Patterson. So, who do you think?
How has Patterson done on this back half of the season?
He's been.
I know he was blowing it up in the beginning part, but hasn't he slowed down a little bit?
A little bit, but
no, he's still been doing fine.
I mean, I think compared, yeah, he's not putting up like 30-point games, but he's still been, definitely usable.
I think you got to give the nod to James Conner, man. After week 2, he's only had one game scoring less than 10 points, and has only had 3 games scoring less than 15. I'm sorry.
He was definitely one of our guys to go grab.
He was. He was a good one this
year.
year.
Yeah, I'm glad he's doing well.
Oh, hold up! Before we get out of here, I gotta shout someone out. Because I shouted him out during your guys' podcast, the live stream that I wasn't a part of because I wasn't available. I was out of town for the weekend. But Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Oh my God! All right, I'm gonna.
8 catches, 73 yards.
I'm hanging up.
For 40 points in the past 2 weeks. He's putting up similar numbers to Darnell Mooney. That's all I gotta say in his rookie season. Even though Darnell Mooney's been a little underwhelming this year, but even better comparison. Bad quarterbacks in both situations.
Okay, there we go. Astral said, I needed luck all year, and I got my way most of the time, but it might be coming to an end. You never know. Listen, anything can happen at any point in time. So, I mean, it's the fantasy playoffs, baby. Everything goes out the window this time of year. Everything. Except for COVID.
Absolutely.
COVID's definitely hitting like crazy. So that's
if anything, COVID's decided to come a little harder so far.
Yeah. Who do you think is and real quick before we get out of here, who do you think is the biggest, I don't want to say disappointment, but who do you think hurt people the most this year? And I don't want like CMC because.
All right, so no number one player. I mean, so someone that's played a good amount of games just is really underperformed. at least. And Dalvin Cook's on that list for me. Alvin
I don't
Kamara
know.
might even be
Dalvin
on that
Cook, I
list
don't
for
think
me.
he's on that list. I mean,
I believe he's
he's
a
been off and on,
running
like,
back,
as far
like
as playing games,
20
but
something right now.
he's currently in standard. He is 10th. In PPR, he is 13th.
Oh yeah, he just had this big blow up game for 35 points. That makes sense. Okay.
But he's been pretty consistent, which is what you're paying.
He has. He's just missed a chunk of time.
Yeah.
Obviously Saquon's an easy one to put on that list. He's been kind of garbaggio.
Yep.
Um,
Chris says Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill is a very fair one. DK Metcalf. I don't know why I'm keep thinking about running backs. DK Metcalf, AJ Brown. I know we're trying to avoid. Oh, the guy, he was injured all year, but AJ Brown. Let's see, who are some of the other
DJ
players
Moore
really
until late.
Brandon
Ayuk.
Brandon Ayuk, absolutely.
That guy. This is a weird one, but I feel like, I think he's helped people, but he's also hurt people. And the way he started the season, I feel like he got a ton of people's hopes up and was like, oh my God, I'm going to win my league because of this guy, Kyler Murray, lately. Missed it like 3 games. Obviously had that blow-up game. But I feel like he got a lot of people's hopes up, and then he got hurt. I'm not saying you're not going to lose because of Kyler Murray, but I think he's an interesting one.
Yeah. No, he's definitely one because, like you're saying, he's had a couple big games early on in the season, then missed a handful of games, even getting rested just because they were getting ready for a bye week. And, football situations matter more in real life than fantasy impact. So obviously they're going to sit the guy. I think Miles Sanders is someone that's been a little disappointing this year. I know he wasn't super, hyped up coming into the season, and there was already an idea that he could lose some of his workload there, but kind of just sucks to see.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments, who do you think is the biggest letdown this year? And also, who is the biggest savior, or who do you think is going to help people win championships most this year? Let us know in the comments, because I want to see some different answers. We've talked about CMC. Don't include him because not everybody got a vote, like the first round pick or the first overall pick. So, I mean, give it to somebody.
What about Ryan Tannehill?
Pretty bad, yeah. That's been pretty bad, yeah. Tyler Higbee too. For
Ryan
the
Tannehill
position.
Tyler Higbee is very fair. Let's see. Shit, if I went through my rosters, I could find a handful of people. Damian Harris, another player that kind of popped up really fast and disappeared. Again, mainly through injuries, but still. Let's see who else disappointed me this year and really, really disappointed me.
Obviously because of injury, but we knew it was coming either way. Unfortunately, but Raheem Mostert, that sucks.
Yeah, you didn't get much out of him.
Nope.
3 snaps.
Quarter. Yeah, not even a quarter.
All those players.
Leonard Fournette. That was a good one. That's
definitely a good winner. Everyone out there that drafted Justin Fields or Trey Lance.
Oh, yep. Just holding on hope.
Or as their only quarterback, expecting, and then we're just gonna ride the waivers for their quarterback for most of the season.
Yeah. But hey, I will say this: I did do that in one league, and I have. Well, I don't have a bye because they have 8 people, but I am number 1, so I have Taysom Hill.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Let's see.
Now,
Adam Thielen.
All right, we've played a full fantasy season. Are we upset with the production Kyle Pitts has given us?
Yes. Yes.
And why? What was our expectations of Kyle Pitts? I understand he was drafted as the fourth tight end overall or the third, but that's because people were obviously off their rockers. What was our realistic expectations of him going into the season?
He would be a week winner. Every once in a while. Not every week, but a week winner. And he was only a week winner one time.
Twice.
2 times. It's been 14 weeks, John. Listen, and I don't blame it on him. Don't get me wrong. I think that whole offense, it was a Cordell Patterson season. You know, he's getting the targets. Matt Ryan's not been the best this year. Whatever. I do think that our expectations were high. Too high. And we kind of got lost in the fact that he's a potentially a once-in-a-generation player. I mean, he's a very, smart, great athlete, blah, 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 blah. Checks all the boxes.
I think he's only going to get better.
We expected too much. But he will be, yes, 100%. He'll be the number 1 tight end in, 3 years.
Hell, he might even be it in 2 years. Kelsey might even lose his spot this year.
Yeah, to your guy.
Mark Andrews. Hey, yeah. I've been riding the Mark Andrews train since about halfway through the season. Once I realized...
I know. I mean, you got to.
Kyle Pitts only had one game where he was targeted less than 4 times, or less than 3 times.
Who was that?
Or less than 4 times. Kyle Pitts only had one game where he was targeted less than 3 times, or 4 times. Sorry. Had 2 or more catches in every game.
Dope.
He just didn't get into the end zone enough.
Yeah, I mean, I just think we were a
Calvin
little too
Ridley.
high on him.
His name on there.
Yes, I get that 100%. It hurt me. Actually, I'm going to do a follow-up on my 0 RB season series. Tomorrow I'm going to launch it because it's been a minute. It kind of got repetitive, so I wanted to wait till I got out of the playoffs. I am in the playoffs, finished 4th, by the way. So we'll have that up for you guys tomorrow. But what screwed me was I traded away Devontae Adams for Javonte Williams and Calvin Ridley because I thought Calvin Ridley was going to have a great back half of the year. And
he did. He didn't get hurt.
Did not get hurt. But, can't fault the guy. Taking care of your mental first. Good job. But, all right, guys. That is it. That is our live stream. Don't forget, tune in on Sunday. We will have our live stream there. Also, don't forget, tune in tomorrow. We're going to be launching our Thursday night breakdown. And then on Friday and Saturday, we will have, what else? We'll have our DFS. I'm going to be joining for that, by the way. First time all season. I'm going to do my homework. And then what else are we doing? And then, of course, our live stream on Sunday, which John and I may not be here for, but we will have people covering.
We will be available in some capacity.
All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. If you could smash that like button, also smash that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 75 subs by the end of the year. We only got a couple weeks left. We're at 66. We'd really appreciate it. Tell your friends. Tell your family. We love you.
Tell your enemies. Tell everyone.
Tell everybody.
Yeah,
All right. See you guys.